25th 25th November to 19th December 2022. Eti sa pepe enete 25th November yabeko break our league na yebo no akansi nyina ko organa nyina beko break tournament ni yabeko break na ya sam bounce back our 19th December 2022 because I'm say FIFA say countries am qualify for World Cup ni nyina countries no from 25th November no or so obiaja akansi o ni krom na tension nyina eko World Cup no so nti sa pepe na GFFO e dey aba betudwa na I'm say fishes na omde aba no enche ombese release time date ene niama omde de besi akan no o Ghana hanom nti say pepepe ene tie GFA calendar omde aba no 25th on the 12th June pepepe 2023 ni ye ye league no then MTNFA Cup no so atwaswa aba be 19th June 2023 tisa pepe na calendar GFA4 e de aba no wo Ghana Football Association wonum enra anom kokosia clubs no e de to manim say the Ghana Premier League here ba be boy omanya sponsorship na sponsorship no e bet power na omo launch here no FA president to just say a minimum of anase over $6 million and na bet power ebe spend it our league here ye ba be boy na nra omo kokosia no ene nsem bebrebe to dwa say there be $1 million a year bia no ebe call for advertising promotion ene ho niama 1 million na ebe ka no omo de be ma clubs no na sa 1 million no ye beti mu $300,000 e de akwa pitch or pram ye wia $700,000 na ebe ka no ya che e de ma Premier League team no ebi be call rag na bi so akwa ma GFA for administrative purposes na no ena Karela CEO Eloy Amande no wo dwumadi na say ene yetwe ben say Eloy na mokoye ensam yi mukotena se budi ena mugitum na mugitum say ne yede mamu wani so anase wani so.
I think there's $1 million that has been assigned to the league, and the clubs have ended up sharing less than half of that amount, because out of that amount, for every year, 300,000 is building infrastructure, AC, AstroTurf. I have my view on that. I think that money into the league must be channeled to the league. It shouldn't be used in building stadium, because there's other funds that come in for that purpose. My car say FIFA Forward funds is for that purpose. So how are we using money that's meant for the league to build that? Well, the conversation is at the negotiation stage. That's what the sponsor wanted. I would have negotiated different, but it's not my conversation to have. You need 300,000 if you man, I can almost say, yeah, check with administrative costs and all of those things. Again, some of us had issues with the quantum of amount that was being set aside for administrative fees. We said it in the meeting, but obviously a decision has to be made otherwise. It is what it is. I cannot tell you on the radio all of the details of our meetings that we had, and ideally I wouldn't want to do this, but I feel compelled to respond to these things because of, if you keep quiet, there's a certain picture that's being painted. But to give you the thrust of it, yes, we contested those conversations, but to be fair to the GFA, they say they've got a bill for running the league and for paying the non-club.
Eloy Amanda CEO Edema Karela United. Na ya talk osu busa say Eloy na formula na GFA for the Chescano. Wono mo adwen o sa mo formula na mo the Chescana na.
i.e. referees, match commissioners, venue meet outside of the venues that Star Times covering, because Star Times doesn't cover everywhere, so there's a cost that has to be borne. There's a back-end office cost that has to be borne. So they've got a number for that. But the question, does the sponsorship money have to fund that totally as against what comes to the club? That is a real question here. That is the issue, that's the bone of contention. That is what we judged about yesterday, and in the end, the majority had their way. But yes, I don't agree again with that formula for distribution of the funds, because at the end of the day, there are two sponsors on the table at the moment. Some of that is going towards paying refereeing costs. We do know, and I do recall, even at the time that COVID hit and FIFA sent us money as clubs to use to alleviate our problems, the GFA took a substantial part of that money for paying referees and old legacy debts that they had. It's almost as though every money that comes to the ecosystem, a big chunk of it has to be channeled towards paying for these refereeing and every other associated cost. Question is, what do we do? I'm speaking as a club person, speaking as an administrator. I think that the balance of hardship needs to be re-looked at and engineered. In the past, the formula for distributing these funds, the federation and between the federation and the clubs was Sesikana Bani at that table Nusa Yecheni 500,000. There was 16 clubs and now you 18 clubs. The GFA the Becca now 19. Now you divide the second by 19. Now you be actually. But this current administration has a different approach to it. It has its merits, but I totally don't agree with it. I've got my issues around how that is being done.
Eloy Amande, finally, and the Busan say, now $1 million now Mutian, almost say, almost the promotion, and I Loy say, on Tiasia, so $1 million, a damn coon, and nobody quack.
1 million, we $300,000, 700,000 mark. On to so many 50%, and there was uproar. And now there was a following discussion of more than an hour, which in the end came out with a conclusion said they will give 65% rather than the 50% proposal that they made. But which again, I don't think that it is right, but a decision has to be made. It's not the structure that's the problem, it's the mindset that's the problem. Yet it's our structure, no, now yeah, it's some mindsets now, we'll be back to the same issues.
Roy Amanda CEO Edema Karela United enka na wotie na and then 3 days na GFA for edeba to dwa club lances for of GFA edeba to dwa say Venus a Asia kan no afiwe no bebre no ho a ya nyantum ebi wo so a conditional approve and e twen aben GFA club lances board member Julius Enuma and e busa ne say they say a clubs yi nyina no Venu amagia tum ye miensa pe na mo be den mo be san ko another inspection na Omanya, then I'm obey.
So I say, Venus Nubu, to say, Swatchman, also more qualified by Premier for Premier to say, also when you have 3,000 seating area for your spectator. After no Mugusu, na Omusi, Omo Division 1, no Muni sprinklers. After no more fix underground sprinklers on the field. And then 1 or 2B. So the place was under construction. So the beginning, Bichim, Samatex, newly promoted or newly promoted, under construction. Omo Yama, a pro anami, Nubia, ever bomb Premier League standard. Into no, let her say, Mamma bring there 3 weeks, there's also codium. Into the same could you now question our fee, make a final decision. Now, Binuso Diano Sono, now, a Juno so coso park and so park on in Dumu Papa, and I, you know, you don't know, said you will be there in Dumu, International, Yakachro, and no satisfactory because they've been one, or what that our moon your summer, into no, Abia, you sure, and I say, the Bintin of Monia, ye Kayom, no Aquay, 2 weeks of salvation. I feel, but she knows 1 year still. There's a committee in the fees, I saw near. Akolansi chwa sa okaka na yafi no yesanso ye chinche on cry intino sana akoye
Julius Enuma Cloud Lances board member enka na motie no na yempiem Accra House of Folk ene awie na House of Folk e da ba betu dwa se o ma brand here friend Frederick Ansabotwe na omo issue statement omo say Frederick Ansabotwe emri bi atwam no omo hia no one ne manager na omo nyina agitum say omo ebe mutually ombe terminate contract no ana say omo
na the okay na that's na okay omo kensri na ozumi kakra na we dey kra dem say kakra okay
na omo ne player ni share no ene ne agent omo ka kire ne say omo clubs bi a ombe pe e dey ama boy no na omo the clubs ne mana onu ebe yi ba akwa frim na oyi ba akwa frim a na omo de abrante no ama sa club no ma transfer na no akwa toa so awo ne mre kakra aka awo no contract ni na abrante no efiri onom no omo pe clubs bebre e de ma abrante no obo bia omo de beba bia no onye na adwen se obeyi ebi afrim anaso obo join sa clubs no na omo hwe ya no eniama kwa na ekọ chi na abrante no eda so eno mo contract enti omo afre Frederick Ansabotwe so omna me training na wasa we training no mo so ehwem ape club de amano na watimi adjoin sa club no no akotoa ne career so no na omo mutimi ma ne ntena fie sa eto so oba be si akan anaso no be training no otimi keep fit e de ma ne club a dachi omo pema na obeko no akosi akan e de amao enu nti e na Frederick Ansabotwe ene anopai okopie mo has training ground oye training esabo friendly match eto atran kama e ho has asemi ene anopai has any Kachire FC Esiakan St Thomas Aquinas Park ene anopai friendly match a omobo na House of Folk etwa ɛyɛ Kachire FC fo no ɛka mienu a wɔn ntimi ante Frederick Ansabotwe dodo na afɛn Fab ɔno ɛbɛhyɛ goal baako ɛna Samuel Nkum Fab yi so ofiri team mu so wɔhyɛ goal coach so ani gye ne ho wɔn so wɔbɛkɔ yɛwia yɛmpie mu Gaka aso yɛ Gaka so ɛna wie yi wɔn ne Asamoah ne company akɔ sign contract Asamoah enso company no ebe ma mo enso 500 Paradise Park ebe ma mo enso 500 no mo da support Gaka G6 na ekoso no ye ko akɔ wie ewo Midiama for eda wo betu dwa se de sign na no mo yomu nwie kra Chita FC Abrantie Benjamin Ofori Boatin omo sign no 4 years afiwe onomu ene bedi juma omu wi a Prestige FC Abrantie midfielder baako attacking midfielder onso a friend Frank Boatin onso omo sign no omu wi e kra omu sansa midfielder Manuel Mante onso omo sign onso from Unistar Academy onso besi akan amamwa 4 years ho pepenity omu wi no omo sana betu dwa se Ismail Hamon ono nso oma sign 2 years obabe onomu ede babedi juma o afia ye season ya ba be share sim kama ye ko akwako wie o Kumasi Kimfaisa na wie na Kumasi Kimfaisa for da betu dwa fe Facebook wo obia mra me Kumasi Kimfaisa oma lanchi oma fi 2022-2023 season jesse no oma pa ho tuma kama bon so be hia fa first home one eto so Kumasi Kimfaisa home ninie home jesse amode besi akan afiwe eno ne bo ho kama mpese me ho ba na say Celtic jesse no ya na wo ye commentary break jesse you know that me company captain and so really difference wo o ma ne kama papa green Ajme green Kumasi Kimfaisa bon yenko away one no away no so
when home one
papa we home
okay
away ni Kumasi
Kimfaisa me nkwa na me ho na asa me hunu wa yinu so ne na me fe ana afi o ma de na fu
Kumasi Kimfaisa enti Kimfaisa no mo ye preparation Central Region Potem wonum na Kimfaisa fo se enche biara omune Zlatan Abrantie friend Zlatan abedna go tete o si abasi se obesi akama hase na obre ya na onya go nse onse go ba ko a referee Kennedy Paddy ese dabi o ma won nkoso na Kimfaisa for so mo ye bia se omuni abedna go tete ebe wie na obedwane mo pre-season na mo timi esi akan afia eba Kumasi Asante Kotoko ene anopai ena omuni Army Academy anasi Army FC ede hihye so Ajiren Gano School Park matna open minimum papa ene omutwa mo kan nan honum na Kotoko ebe san to preparation so anwumrei Kotoko omu hwanim se ombe ananso omu new head coach Kamo Malo eno ade betu dwase osan 1 year ede ma Kumasi Asante Kotoko na bibia ko yia ne ntia ne check akranse Kotoko ni Prosper na te ogum contract no musan no ntia se adwuma no tama Prosper inform wom a wonya gitum se party ways no o se 1 month eso pepepe 1 month ne so a ansa na obia betimi akọ nyame ya dom no and 3 days ene so ye ne ma enra Prosper na te ogum ede na sedan ba nti won se ekoe no na Prosper ntimi mfa bibia mai Kotoko committee on enra ne so ye ti Kotoko hwanim se enne ya kosi ni Monday omu coach no Kamo Malo ombe ananso no
okay
Asante Kotoko esi omu nwie business ni ye omu da so ye business no enche biara no ombe say ananso 2-3 players omu Kotoko me ko hwemu no omu so mu sign 15 players
sa na parameter sentia e bi ombetuma sign eduru sa
omu so ombe sign
omu pra omu ko ne ade ne hu
yes 15 players
okay
na omu ka omu nyina bom na omu timi di twuma no aso folk Eric Eso Asante Good midfielder defensive midfielder no and cry through about say omni boy na wie bibia enche boy and the crata pen ebesi crata so no assign 3 years adama Accra House of Folk na as God one mo no players ni be say enene ni chine ya Monday season ni be ko wie Ashgood omunya mu eyi ma mu omunya mu card ma mu no mu kom baby omuni Ashgood and sign crata say omba be division 2 over Yenfancy
Meda Samuel Kemen say no honorable you bet my channel 4444 each Kingsley ya hwede e kwani akotoko e fa so ye Ghana Army FC ndi ize anazeze na akwano mo se ne o pass ya wo hwe wo wa chere ni wa hwe ya ti bohunu azekopone ma watch goalkeeper na why action ti wudi ya nim ni dia dada na ti ba ya hwede ekoso ho na yemfa enko yanim ne de Frederick Ansabo twede no etumi de abeka ho bavo
ofa ya minya video ni bi hwe nam so preseason no mu say coach ni my idea but if say boys no respond to Ghazali ne tactical dispositions now
ko fina hwe onipa na atwe ahye no oponema o kana sem de bia confidence no de bana no odi
this Mbella tena Mbella nkwa na opposition
za
mokwala munyina saze ko pomba munyiro mo mokwala ne fege mo ene amankona mo eyi azekopone de so form na so ye fitter adwene da ni trimu nko anti adwene da ko nti nko anti
avo de wi ko ba nipa
nti no the hami and he said Ghazali be adwuma we nyina coach no ba na say an kosenia oye ne normal one here na asedan ye sinati so san be dwirugu no san no foforo. That's my only worry. But so bana say a kosenia ono so ye ne normal dia maybe ana the said coach no ebi ana behind the scene on Ghazali editing command directives and instructions, so therefore ebi ana na or implementing kakra so anya sa na say obana he will have to start all over again. Time factor any other but at least 2 matches on my ball any videos kakra menya hwe no it appears to say omo responded to tactical dispositions now Ghazali and for me it means pre-season no omo ye no senior on person omo ye no and for me it is all well and good. I'm hoping say all the other programs no mahihye no ni nyina no ebeba senior omo mahihye no pepepe na eba be CM pepepe so then the team will be ready because they will have to be ready for both the league and the Africa. And you know preparation you know enye one way traffic. When you are preparing the team, you are preparing. Last season, House of Folk, as of us, I didn't know. I won't prepare team, no, na league, you know, any maye. So it was purely for the Africa. Then Africa, no, more than league they buy. Until now, I say a critique problems can cry my but I want to believe that this time around, no, almost a share no mass maybe I did the kind of a year a bit in the banner. Me, honestly, I think. Minim Dentia has a issue statement, you know. Probably we'll have to find out. It appears say I'm saying normal AB Amufo say supporters no may think or will think say once Ansabotri are returning to training grounds, so the team probably is accepting him back.
And I make a minim say the dear Mudimika.
Senya Sadi Nanka, Omu Mania Yana Tam Muno Koy no Kodi Baby Nanka ABA and one no. But oh say the media yes you okay normal and pay the moment or hit training grounds now no then amount for put all manner of spin on it back team known as coach in the friend owner say at least if you read from the statement it suggests to say it is not like coach this one no once I'm back clearly the team had decided say once they have a contact with him as I say or hono ti say na
no omo nka ne sa but me come bia me sum di na just coach dey so ka ho bi na say
I will be extremely shocked to hear say coach in the Sansabuchem
reason
because a coach in the casa on Mansabuchenko
very sure
I will be in fact o see me pese edu we na me pese me de
coach in the casa on Bucho
it was the coach's recommendation.
Okay.
Say Ubekaya ma better have a catcher will say this Ansabocho matter it went before Bese Manche. Emma Bese Manche bisa coach no. See, I will be extremely shocked to hear say a coach, because it was the coach's recommendation that Ansoboche must be relieved from must be added to those team person who join.
Okay.
I will be, in fact, I will be shocked to my bones. Chisebia will be able to convince me beyond all reasonable doubt. But based upon the information I have, no, ain't coach.
Okay. Offer.
Events in Obuasi, a very exciting.
What's that be?
Me see event if you say generator Obuasi no, a very exciting, and somebody, you see. The sustainability manager.
Yeah, odia bay. Nya temu da na se wi ne ba fo yakofa baabo. Boase pa hwa ma de na temu da na se wi.
Ofa.
No makota baabo.
Obuasi aseye ne.
Me boase.
Aseye ne nseye.
Oh, me de me gidi no.
You see? No, you see where baby Obuasi Ice Gold won this year no. And it's a woman no. And apart me catch you. There are 3 different companies. Omuye ready say irrespective of the fact that Asgard are in Division 2 as per the ruling of the FA. Still, omu bepe say ombe investing into the club.
But just omuko we when the champion.
So you see those clubs no omu team in champion they don't want to go to because you see champion. Yabani no, so he can't do football business. That is one thing everybody should know. And then hey. Champion is banned.
Club
he cannot do. You see, the moment he is talking about the football club, no, I just say he's doing football business.
So one and the club be dealing. Now players are moving to the champion.
Ebia na officials ni hu ye.
Hey, we dem hear this.
Oh, say at least you know obi akwa was akito ha. Say you cannot do football business. All football related issues.
Why?
Me pass your Martin.
Captain.
Me a surprise say about for kase why house of folk edit a statement we buy.
I give justification.
Me a surprise. So if you're doing a professional job, come on, ask player no. Let it and the buy. If you said the wording was wrong, maybe not wrong, but it was too harsh. Now, come use much more football language and give it to me aboa. About my debate to home, ya can't be. Don't forget, at a point in time, Zakito Cross suggests say, oh, by answer what your situation, I similar to the Okotoko 4 players be a year, Emma player status committee, Emma players no, so many free players are almost not charge Okotoko. Okay, yes, I don't know. And I mean, we not stand to no players we don't do on koi and a has a permanent. So it was by the decision by a player decision, and that time they thought so much more rich an agreement. I don't think that drag and say if Omakwa could do baby I could do ya. Not first, Omu actually it was in a bad taste to the player. Said no, he said Omu a recall player now. Let the trouble be it is almost a recall now. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, a very professional told me yesterday. No serve as why the player has been called back. And okay, I'm let I express it. Not necessarily team be here no modern, but not necessarily say be here no say be part of the team no. But per the contract they have with the player must train, because the moment you deprive the player from training, it means you say the FA player no the power to go to the FA and request to say because of say team not preventing me from training no. And they still think maybe they think in the next 5 months no from the player if for nothing all transfer. I don't the player must come. Don't forget if it's a break, house will have to pay the player. And so we teach your player nika. Pim say in the 5 months they've done just the right thing. I don't know they are about to serve the notice. Tinesa what is the house?
No, boy, we are going to pay the animal who are poor and Mudim Kadu Yaba. Oh, Mark about the capi. Some I know, when a contract.
First of all, you to me push us for my letter. Ever let him out. Or more time on some release on letter. I mean, because we push you, I'm not just but you know. So, Coboy and as normally bow, somebody buy as Azana or Cobo. I don't know the day. House of folk think this is the right time for them to release the statement. And on the other. So we take it like that. But encore na onko so nya the opposite because the team may him say it happens set team it per club the player. But the reason why I know say as far as can say a player no contract more than 5 months Uncle Bob that team has the man no. But because he's within that bossman ruling 5 months and that about player feel say or upper hand be after all 7 conquer 5 months.
Okay.
But to serve the boy in our own good if he trains with the team say what you mean say 5 months no cross not say well nya baby and kwa and who has let now much still around they will still push for a club for the player. Because they hope say maybe the next offer no. I want to believe that they will have something under their sleeves. So you don't allow the player, you don't make him rot after you compete with a man or call and deliver.
Okay.
So it will serve the player good say. So training no keep putting fit. Now I am ready for any eventuality. I think it's good. So I'm cool with this letter on the buy.
Zach.
You're town.
Actually, more time can be.
You know, honestly,
oh yeah, no, might be friend me. Me pedino. Yeah.
you know, you see, in my over 35 years in existence, many baby made the football I've never seen a football club that jokes with their brand like what Hasbrook is doing. You see, football is a serious business. You should be very serious when you are doing football. Football team and young class.
But trans you release no one will joke.
Look, you see, it's a big joke.
Are you trying to be fair to Hasbrook?
Another big joke.
Oh, David,
no, Tino, you see,
Zach, let's
be this, Tino, what the football team patch? You see, you tell me I'm your comparison. We tell me your comparison. Who football? What will be that?
Saying.
I don't know what will be that.
Watch as a player, no one know any IBM, but
only need it. You see, this is a player with a valid running contract with the club. One and him say Garbe, let him no munyano. No one in him side away. Garbe to me, I ask what they know, no boy. Sign a favorite sports away, if anything. Golf. Omubo, remember any other no. No, about golf. But he was there, accumulate a little baby pono. The you see, the entire football clubs, Tino, I know, and like emphasis and Diago say why they careful do be a time that you lead a boy although unya nkonko but once is in new question no ubo be ana no ha be yaw no ba yusu no but time no so ano amanako enti Garebe no oya side ni nyina no but he came and play some matches the time so no ye de wase for our be so me yoko but you see when you do this one obe first one after say na mo ambakwa trase na mo agree say mo terminate contract na mo choose sem na mo good planness any man support. Now the body tends to train because based on nyama akoso no kire say in some like kind so much oye de omutibi because body to fear like the punishment and I say the repercussion no any good for us folk on be train or training to the extent that you see when a player returns to training naturally say na ye ba fa ni mad na penalty ba na coach etim ma player ko ba e kire say ti no coach ni de abrante no ko nya ko den na ko pe because penalty say no be na penalty e wo team mu ye bo match penalty no be na penalty wo until the fact that omo fa ni game no penalty aba ni do tum say ansem cho nko bo na say coach ni nko nya nko pen pa ana mboti no
yeah man that was the meme here there
eti edentina sa play na obo penalty no yi na makwatra office akosho side way say mo pesa mo kire say even if the coach needs him
mu hia no
when akwe omo what they are now telling the world is that ansebo no now I clear say enya bo na obo no aye say aye issue bia abonte etanhunu kwa na mo time boy no enti no enya ebi mu some 2 or 3 people be na aye so mo de omo de manasi boy no say boy no obobo ko wiase ni kura yankopon ni kura omo mpe no so now mama coach ne hu say
asebo twe na ono ye boy no coach ni pro mpo mo mpe no team ni mu
imba for kind na ma me confuse kaka nye no dia because the coach ni e dia cheso open no
yes
wa friend no wa bebo wa penalty a chance nsa
it be coach ni nko no de nko pe no but this release extra say a team ni mom management no ana mo de ma wi ata se boy no mo mpe no enti bo mo pe obo no onko no it's a football yeah football sir
mako feel part na kan e china what was
oh yeah now boy ni ye training no he's training then you bring out this one last I say we are very much hopeful that the player will accept the next available
yes waka point o pesa ni you know ton no o ye training what's that we have aba into ni so munya dia what do me down
o pesa woman like obi team ever fan go
like but also
then you are writing all this thing
Kofi
Chairman.
Family we na we dey entete ho ajam nim say wo Felix na mo watch na beba I na ba St Mark was who here Zakitu number hey okay we power
okay in the first place you know Ghana Blasters and a friendly game
against
Brazil on the 23rd. And see, this is a friendly game. So Bona gave me the artwork now Blasters for JF1.
Am I in Aba?
Things they mean.
And so maybe we be no.
Me happy for South friendly game no.
Beiro.
And yet on my Brazilian quantity, well, no can be because we are talking about the most successful country when it comes to world football in terms of the World Cup now. Bono Brazil is the most successful. So when you are Brazil. Say obebo friendly game against my friends in Brazil, it gives you an opportunity. Say no more about and really official from F you know as well. And say when you BBC na so kwa then it gives you a lot of opportunity. Obet me analyze your team very well. Na and Manchester United Casemiro, you who have Casemiro ni Kudus Mohamed Beshia. It will give you a clear indication of Sibia Ghana Blaster beat me at first. You call World Cup now. Let's not forget Brazil, a Latin American, a South American country. Ghana Blasters in the group with Uruguay free South America. Me patriotic say, and it's a well prepare as part of your preparation. You know, it's good so beat me in your country be free that part of the continent. Now when who system no more pattern of play be more born is the flair, the great bibia. My friend say Uruguay the bebano. Brazil for bit me ama symptoms of it kakra. And Ghana person unya a taste of South American football before so abeko. So I think that this is a step in the right direction. About 23rd of September game no ebesi so okay Brazil for no more history kakra. 2006 no mo share 3-0 no World Cup no. That was round of 16. Okay Olili na fu docho satam phenomenon say no ayem kakra na fu na ba Ronaldo ekotwen na o ma ne tana fom ya then ye no manya series of friendly matches so kakra nti good for ye nyina Clementino as a couple started training once as a couple there and binum say sometimes me when I talk about a particular player say me nya be player na asem based on a normal warrior Santa ani bi no adwen kran say Kofi Ben na wenim na azekobon minim ni baby abufra minim ni baby obonbo be me de me say akra na adwen da ni trim no and as omutakan adwen borubo ho adwen does the kopon trim ni nti me hu so we plan me hye me na hye me pa Isaac I started training ni recovery akoyi was started and our ball game wetimi ahye go the me kanyina na say just maybe different coach na eba. It's be a man discussion here then kakra you get it. Besenka Isaac Opon ba be banda Dr. Oguma. Clementino Bajo udini pa. Say Isaac Opon and come back no. Senka ya under Dr. Oguma. And no crowd and can make us all be fighting for position. And can make kind straight away say Isaac Opon be back no be starting. Because name how Dr. Oguma epebo and asem. Enye bibia wo de ni be jinama. Aya na den so be hu a young Ghanaian player or that mentality no so be jina further no so obo 90 minutes the amawa. So as the couple played converted a very good goal and I think say ne confidence na grew e cost run kakran we prache enti hope say as the couple so e betimi akoye the amano. Okay say nyina na say asemi yemfa 1 minute nya dan.
Ye bi kire me na e kina ya say
and
you can say
Frederick Ansabotri on Hamza Obin
yes
the assistant head coach of Accra Suffolk on nyina ne coach training and omokobo game no on nyina ne koye on Hamza ne koye constant talks if we da as a see you release this statement and about a surplus requirement. It took the head coach to calm the player. And let me tell you this. So surplus requirement, you know. It creates a big issue with players in the camp. The players felt so betrayed, even though not anymore. Feel say, yeah, they are Sambuchi no. Dachi bi. Omo players no mutiachire no. I'm trying to catch them some surplus requirements. Then coach needed to come in and calm them. And a boy, my nigga crank and wabebo. And damn it, yeah, me could be champion say. Without Kasim Razak, without Benjamin Futu, without Francis Chene, these are 3 players and a House of Oak Epe in defensive midfield. House of Oak Enyano. The next target Eric Eso. Tenamity, what the technical team in Air Planane, Eric Eso and Sambuchi. That's one bit menya baku either Grass and Awako and Salifu because Salifu Ibrahim injury we pupino. Or my catches will be here a lot of freeze. And Sambuchi is so much in the plans of coach Samuel.
Yes, so when is to the same coach and sent and
no make it time about this young boy. And how Maka but also but
some train as you are Bora ho na only the Sikaya cash Fabiko Toka, Fabiko Defo, Fabiko Transfer, now Fay, Susunsu, Chagu, usage MoneyGram, Apers Lang, mobile money transfer. Yeah, contrast, I say, and Nicasi Honor War. Kokobin if you could be trader Jache Kokofu Kwadaso Egunase 0244 575 360 and you may wunya indomini bia ipa chobo modu tobi koma efie ho ene giemra honom indomini de understand chese ono nko a wada sonko ebeyiji na wo ye ne kama na afa nyema ikomu a tumu say yes efie ho ene gie aba edudi so a etra ho che nti de bia no meka mfo sese wo tobi akodidi a eye indomini sanse it will be always taste great ejaba so ye de what in din ipa cho engagement ring ya wedding ring promise and fancy diamond necklace we no no aye orders polishing repairs branding kama Eddie amount tinkofo dia him ewo Ajaba House Prempeh 2nd Street 0320 26708 Perfect Skin and Body Therapy ono de oba wa kwamu a ahofa no bemna da du oni padua ni mu pimpo ne nko ne nso eben akra tattoo no ekowie a no mama ne hips agina ntadiem afata o kama na uwie ne sa papa just kofo no monyanwi na afi mapampam nyama akoyie promo no gusu twagu ti bomade ntofa ho no mo eye wosu akwaje park boshem Abraham Junction 0245 074290 Unisum Cement enwa ne begusu dia si dansan se ebo ne kama e market no so da boko concrete blocks tiles plastering ni nyina na etimi ye Grace Race na de ba adwa so ntunkofo to agusu awie ye kwasanta so one about opposite Unity Filling Station 0273 664 442 PKB Groups of Company and Amajiatum Makacho se batteries no type beer brand beer and so ho Kaitas ready me na ho kan